All right. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about live service games. We've been in a lot of live service games lately, and I feel like on the Intergamer podcast, we've had lots of complaints about live service games over the years.
Suicide Squad.
Well, that's a good one to talk about too. See that season 4 announcement? Oh shit!
You hear they're done?
Yeah, dude.
They're fucking done after that.
I'm surprised they weren't done sooner, to be honest. But yeah, so live service games have had a lot of ups and downs lately. This topic was prompted largely by xDefiant, which was a game that I really enjoyed playing, but I didn't last long enough because other games came out that kind of took my attention. And I think it also did that with a lot of other people because as much as they were saying that we're going to keep it going and we're going to support it and run it, and the game was undoubtedly good and it played well and it was fun, they are shutting it down starting June 3rd, 2025.
God
so
damn, dude, Ubisoft can't get a break.
Yeah, so that's being shut down. Earlier this year, we had Concord, which is meant to be an ongoing live service experience. That got shut down 2 weeks after launch. And then Suicide Squad, you just mentioned,
is getting shut down after this season 4 is done.
After season 4. So a lot of live service games have had bad times. But then we have games like Fortnite that continues to grow, with Fortnite just launching 5v5 ballistic mode, which we'll talk a little bit about, more Lego Fortnite stuff.
Lego Odyssey.
We have Delta Force just came out and it seems to be doing pretty well. The finals I'm still playing a year later, and as much as that game had a lot of struggle, I think, to find an audience and build something because it was fresh and new and nobody ever heard of it, it's doing well and it's staying alive and stuff. And they just brought out season 5 and it's great. So and then Marvel Rivals is just dropped and it's doing extremely well.
It's doing great.
So it's I kind of want, and then Overwatch 2 is not doing as well. So it's I want to just kind of talk through what makes a live service game successful, because some of these games on paper are what they need to be, but then something occurs that causes them to not work, So
prime example, Fortnite is staying relevant,
Relevant. Yeah. Relevant. Yeah.
But
yes,
they have more than just their Fortnite. They have more than just, doing your battle royale. They have all these custom game maps. They have Lego. They have racing now. They have all this other stuff. So they, I think, surpass the live service aspect of it.
Yeah, they're on another level of it's a whole ecosystem now.
Exactly. Their whole ecosystem. I mean, we haven't even seen what they not spoiled, but they teased 2 or 3 years ago with their Disney collab, or they're going to have a whole Disney World aspect to it. I mean, hell, look at Kamala Harrison with the voting stuff. Well, with the election stuff, is that she actually paid money to have her own Fortnite map in there so she can promote herself. So Fortnite has surpassed everything with live service aspect, because they're more than just live service.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, because they have the Fortnite Festival Festival. I guess is doing pretty okay. I mean, and then they got Rocket Racing. I don't know how well that's doing, but when I jumped in there the other day, I jumped in to play the 5v5 ballistic mode they just announced, which, Counter-Strike 2 right now is at the top of the Steam charts, and it's been on the top of the Steam charts even before it came out. So Counter-Strike Source Go was at the top of the Steam charts. So they've been able to somehow retain a massive audience that just constantly plays this game. And this 5v5 tactical shooter is in early access right now, but it has one map, and it's literally a clone of, which, I mean, Fortnite did that with
Fortnite's a clone.
PUBG, they did a clone. This is a clone of Counter-Strike, where it's you have 5v5, you have a Rift device, you go to A or B, you plant the bomb, and the maps are designed the same way. You have names for all the locations in the map. You plant the bomb, you defend and attack, and there's a buy system at the beginning of the round to buy weapons and equipment and shield, just like in the main game or in Counter-Strike. And it plays well. It plays really, really good. It was smooth. It was easy. There's it was best of 7 rounds, I believe. So it's just like Fortnite and Valorant, or Valorant and Counter-Strike. And they they have something here that I think people will play if you're in that Fortnite ecosystem.
Yep.
And then Lego Fortnite Odyssey is expanding now. It's now called Odyssey. That's way bigger. And then, of course, the Brick Life they just announced, which is basically GTA 6, I think, or GTA Online. The bunch of shit you can role play inside of this
I find that
world.
So fucking odd.
It's so odd, man. There was 86,000 people playing it when I jumped in.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
What do you do?
You just whatever you want to do, man. You make friends. You build your house. You
gotta shoot people.
Do things. I don't think so.
So you just
go around and just have fun. Like it's great, man. Lego Fortnite brought a new open world multiplayer adventure in a city that's buzzing with surprises. It's amazing. You can be a cat cafe barista or the life of party in a club. You can take a drive down the sunny coast or earn money to customize your own home. Meet locals, hang out with other players. It's basically like a
sim.
Yeah. So it's pretty wild. And it's big. Make new friends, explore the sites. It's a social role play experience.
Okay.
Ever evolving city, build your own stories.
So you see, Fortnite has everything for anyone.
Yeah.
I kind of want to really
can pump iron in Fortnite Brick Life. You can be a courier, a professor, a security officer, a scoundrel. Yeah. Own your dream home. Buy furniture. Oh man, dude. Meet new residents, hang out. It's wild. And this is like inside the game. Like it's just weird. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, that's they found success in building an ecosystem that they can continue to grow and grow and grow.
Yep.
And whether, even if Fortnite, the game itself, the Battle Royale is doing shitty, they have other things to offset that are maintaining an audience that keeps player counts alive and stuff like that. So it's insane. I don't know how they're able to build on it so well, but
just seems like they throw stuff at a wall, hope that it kind of sticks. And so far, what they have thrown at it has been sticking.
Yeah.
It sucks that they're copying like a lot of different IPs in order to do this, but it's working for them.
And I think it all started as Save the World. Like that was what the original idea was.
Dude,
man.
I fucking love that game.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yep.
But then, obviously, I'm a big fan of the finals. Obsessed with it. Season 5 just launched. There's a new map, and they've had a really interesting formula because, the way that they've been processing it is that each update that comes out has a new battle pass, but it's very focused on what they bring to it. They don't change a significant amount. They're not bringing out 10 new maps with every update. They're not bringing out a bunch of new weapons and gadgets and whatever, but they're always they're tweaking a few things with each update and tweaking the UI and just making little minute changes. And with this one, they brought out a new map that's set in Mexico. They have a new rifle for the heavy class, a new shotgun for the medium class, 2 new gadgets, new sponsors to support and get new cosmetics for, and then they have wave respawns in quick cache mode to reduce downtime, which was awesome, meaning that you don't always have to wait 25 seconds to respawn. They've lowered that respawn timer a little bit, and they've added clubs, so you can actually now form social groups, which I was so pissed because I tried to put in a club for the inner gamer and call it TIG. And somebody freaking took that clan handle.
Someone has the TIG already?
Yes.
What the fuck?
So I had to call it VIG, which is like Thieg, and it was so dumb. Yeah, because IG is not available. I was so sad, man. But the new stuff is the new battle pass is all Mexico themed stuff and everything. It's kind of interesting looking, but it's good. They're keeping that game live, and they've listened to their audience really, really well, because every update, every season they adjust things. They tried Terminal Attack for the World Tour, which is kind of the big competitive mode. People were pissed about that. So then when the new season came out, they were like, no, we're going back to quick cache, and that's the new default mode. And the Terminal Attack is just a secondary mode you can play. But they've done a good job at listening to people and allowing all these new cosmetics and abilities to really expand the meta of the game quite a bit. And it's I'm getting killed by people that are using bow and arrows in this freaking game now, which you have a freaking light machine gun run around against a bow and arrow, and a bow and arrow can kick my ass. And And it's like, how they build that? It's crazy.
Well, you see, that's another aspect to the live service, right? You got to listen to the consumer.
Yep.
So that's probably why they are surviving for so long. The gameplay's phenomenal. Like the finals, they got that down. But listening to their consumer is probably assisting them to stay relevant and stay like on course to improve this game.
I think so too. Yeah, because I mean, when you read the comments about any new video that comes out for this game, like people are just like, "This is the best game ever." This is best. I mean, the fan base is just like die hard.
Yeah,
and like we mentioned earlier about like Helldivers, it's like, or not Helldivers, Marvel Rivals. It's like this game has those like clinch moments that like, you know, I've had so many games where like my team is getting their ass kicked, and then I have one final push, and I go in there and I drop like a fireball, and I like grab the cash box at the very end, and then all of a sudden it's like we won.
Yeah,
and it's like you don't get that.
It has that good
games.
Push and pull.
Yeah.
So I mean, unlike for example, Suicide Squad didn't listen to their customers, their consumers, and they just kept rolling out each season and no improvements.
Yeah.
Fucking the same garbage because they're like, we're pretty much done with this game. After season 1, after they dropped, who was
same
it?
Old
Joker?
formula.
Same old formula. Just kept going, and it got stale.
Yeah.
So you have to like not be stale. You have to just keep changing with the times.
Yeah. Do you think if I mean, what could have like made that game actually succeed?
Gameplay,
the story at the beginning, I think, could have been better.
Yeah, gameplay was good. The story could have like had improvements on it. With each like season, I guess you would say, different location, different enemies. Like, there's a lot of different things that hurt that game, and it's extremely unfortunate because it comes from a studio that is known for like an outstanding
outstanding
game, a single outstanding game.
Yeah.
And that was it. I think they should have just made it a single player campaign and focus in on what they know.
Yeah.
You know, instead of make it live service. It's just
it was a bummer. I mean, same with Redfall. Remember Redfall?
Oh my god, Redfall fell quick.
Yeah. And that one had potential, but it was too there was bugs. A lot of stuff missing. There was a lot of bugs and you know, there wasn't that like carrot on a stick, I think, you know, like when I log into finals, when I log into Fortnite, you have dailies, you have weekly challenges, you have like special contracts here and there. It's like jumping into Marvel Rivals. It's like they set that game up right off the beginning with like you have a bunch of shit that you can chase after.
But even with the carrot on a stick, I think the only game that has done very well with like the dailies and the weeklies and stuff like that is Rocket League. Just because I don't even realize that I'm accomplishing those.
Right, you're just playing the game. I'm just playing the game.
I like those style of carrot on the stick type stuff. I just want to play the game because it's enjoyable. I don't want to have to change out, oh, you need to drive this car now and get this many goals with this car or some shit like that. No, just let me enjoy the game.
I will say with Rocket League, I am getting exhausted of the live service component of it because like there's only so many cosmetics I can get from my car.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's like I love the goal explosions and shit like that, but I'm like, okay, I'm at the point where I'm just getting burnt out of like some of the updates and stuff. Sometimes they bring back, you know, and like it gets exciting again, but it's one which it's like that's just gonna happen, you know. It's just that's the nature of a live service game is eventually you can't just keep pumping out shit all the time and like always like it, you know. And they're at that point where I'm just like, well, I don't know if I want like I like what I like. And then same with Fortnite's so overwhelming now with all the battle passes and all the skins and shit that I got there, and even the finals is going to get that way too, because it's like eventually I'm going to get, I can't have 20 different loadouts with different skins and stuff, so I eventually just want to like stick with what I have and run with that. So that gets kind of challenging after a while.
Well, maybe live service games should just end.
I mean, I would love that to happen, you know. Like there was that talk we had that one time about like, you know, live service games. Like in the future, we're gonna have like 5 live service games, and that's gonna be all we play because that's all that can survive. But I'm like, I don't want that. You know, I want new ones. I want the finals to come back. I want the Delta Force.
I mean, we're seeing that kind of already with live service games. Like you said, with xDefiant, brand new live service game, Concord.
Yeah,
prime example. Lasted for what, 2 days?
Yeah.
And then it was just dead.
Yeah. mean, I think the thing with xDefiant, what screwed them up is they were too much like Call of Duty. You know, it's like really hard to kind of break through and like try and, I mean, even with like Fortnite, the only way Fortnite can go against Counter-Strike is because they don't need Ballistic to succeed.
No.
They just need to get more players and consistently playing their game, and like that's fine. But they don't need, like, they don't have, like, xDefiant needed xDefiant to succeed because that was all the game was a Call of Duty clone, basically. And they just, like, the class system didn't do enough for your character, and the gunplay was good, and the map designs were great. I love the map designs, but once Call of Duty came out, and the fact that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was great, they were just like, well, I'm going to Call of Duty. That's my game. That's where my friends are at, you know? So
oh shit,
it just like fell apart. So it's like, unless you can do like Marvel Rivals did a clone of Overwatch, but like they came out in a point where people are getting tired of Overwatch, you know, whereas people aren't tired of Call of Duty. I mean, they were, but then Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was a resurgence.
Yep.
So it's just like the timing, I think, was also unfortunate.
Plus, Marvel Rivals changed up the game compared to Overwatch.
True, it was an improvement. xDefiant wasn't really an improvement over Call of Duty. It was just a Call of Duty
legit copy.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like live service games, like I thought it was going to be a trend, and I still think it's a trend, and I think it's a trend that's dying out slowly. Yeah. And I think why Suicide Squad and xDefiant wasn't as successful as the ones that we're used to now is because we have the ones that we're used to, and we come to a realization that these other games are just copying what they have.
Yeah,
and there's zero improvement on them.
Right,
and it's hard to improve something that's already like we can't really improve it anymore. You know what I mean? So. And then Concord should have just been a free play game you play for a battle pass. It would have lasted a lot longer.
Yeah. I think putting a price tag on something like that is, I mean, unless you're a Call of Duty, you can't really kind of make that happen.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I say that, but then Helldivers 2, it also had a price tag and a battle pass quote. But the way in which they handled the battle pass there, I really like a lot because like you buy the battle pass and it's digestible enough where it's not like a crazy grind to get through it all.
Yep.
And you can always go back and unlock them, which like you mentioned earlier, like that's a huge feature of like being able to go back and play those things and get those things after the time ends, was awesome. So that makes a big difference for sure. And I mean, Helldivers, I mean, their live service success is just, they keep changing the formula up a little bit, so it's interesting. You know, Fortnite succeeds that same way with like the story. The map evolves. I mean, they've been using the same freaking map. They've changed the map significantly like 3 times. Yeah. But then it evolves enough each season where there's something new and different. Like you said, you want to get back into it for wall running. You know, it's like
just that slight little change. You know,
carrot on a stick.
Carrot on a stick. Yeah, no, that is true. That is a carrot on a stick.
Yeah.
And then also, Helldivers listens to their community. Yeah. They want to like. You're the guys that are dumping money into this, so we need to improve it where it needs. The great revert that happened a couple of months ago, increasing the weapons, making sure they're not debuffed anymore, making sure they're buffed where they need to be. So
I'm honestly a little nervous about. I was really hyped on Fragpunk when I first played it, and I love Fragpunk, and I still like it, but I'm worried that as stylized as it is and as fun as it is to play, I don't know if it can find a footing just because Valorant and Fragpunk are similar. And the card system, I don't know if is enough to like really set it aside or set it apart. Because like, again, the finals created a new genre, like a new space for itself, and that it's an arena shooter that has fully destructible environments, and like the way that game plays is so different. But like Valorant and Fragpunk it's a Counter-Strike game. And Valorant was different in that they have like hero abilities that really change the game. Fragpunk has got hero abilities and they added the card system, but the cards don't drastically change. Their biggest thing is like the style of the game is very different. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see if that's enough to like keep it alive.
I think it's going to pull off another Marvel Rivals with that one.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to have a slight enough change where it's going to make Valorant kind of almost obsolete.
I hope so, man, because I love playing Fragpunk. I played Valorant. Valorant was just, it's way too it's too much of a dedication. Counter-Strike's the same way. You got to play 15, 16 rounds or whatever to finish it. Hour and a half, 2 hour commitment. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Like, and then, Deadlock, the Valve game, MOBA, is supposed to be that long, but after me and Austin played it, I was like, see, it's really not that bad. It was like 25 to 30 minutes per round, which isn't terrible. It's like, that's more doable, but Counter-Strike, they even warn you when you go into a competitive game, you may be in this for 90 minutes. And I'm like, that's freaking nuts, 90-minute shooter experience. Like,
I can't do that.
I mean, you get that with Helldivers, but you also have the choice to not finish,
Yeah, you can no, I'm good.
Yeah. So, and Fragpunk is good where it's like less best of matches. So you can get in there and do like a 30-minute experience and get through the rounds and be fine. So I think that could be something that brings them ahead, but yeah, I don't know. And then, Delta Force, we'll kind of see where that goes. I do like the game, but the more I'm playing it, the more I'm like, man, this just isn't. There's some things about it that just aren't as good as Battlefield. So I feel like it's going to be a game that's going to keep us engaged until Battlefield comes out, the new one, and then it's going to be like, okay, bye, Delta Force.
I don't know. Yeah.
But it's fun. Maybe. It's fun. I do enjoy it, but I want you guys to play it.
Yeah, I need to download
jump into it. So
I actually totally forgot about it because of Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Like that.
So many live service games. Some are good, some are bad. But I agree. I think I'm hoping that this is like we're going to get back to more story focused. I mean, we already have people giving the narrative of like, what makes a good game. Ms. Van at Game Awards talking about how it's like, you don't do all these microtransaction things. You don't do all this like bullshit, like make a good game with the passion behind like telling a good story, this, that, whatever. And that will bring the people to your game. So
that's what Ubisoft is fucking up with Assassin's Creed currently.
Did you see the recent headline that they brought out?
No. Should I be?
Supposedly, they say that in the next 2 or 3 years, Ubisoft's going to release, I don't know how, 9 Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, we knew about that like way back in the day.
No, I knew like 3 or 4, not 9.
Well, I mean,
3 are supposed to come out next year. Like what? Like Shadows and what? Like what the hell?
Hex?
Are they gonna bring out Hexy next year too? Like
probably.
Those games are gonna be shit, man. Like this.
Well, I tell you this much:
can't learn.
That's gonna change depending on how Shadows do.
Yeah, could be. Well, you think it would have changed depending on how Star Wars Outlaws already did. And how
no, they fixed everything. Everything should be fine now.
That's true.
Everything should be fine. They came out with the fucking retitle update, whatever the fuck it was called. Yeah. Everything's fixed. Everything's even though those fixes should have been in the original game. Yep, nope. I have a hatred in my heart for that goddamn game. And I hate it so much because it's turned my heart black towards Ubisoft. Like I am fucking so goddamn mad that I am on the fence about even looking at Assassin's Creed. And I am a fucking diehard Assassin's Creed fan.
Same.
I am just like, I don't know what I'm going to do when that game comes out.
I mean, when that game comes out, the next month we have like a fuck ton of games coming out, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh man, yeah, we got Avowed coming out in February actually, so I think you might like that game actually. I'm curious to see.
I need to look at it again.
Yeah,
give it a second.
I've been hearing. I know there was some trailers that weren't as good, but like there's been some recent trailers that have been better, and people that have been playing it are like pretty hyped on it. So I feel hopeful that it's going to be the next hype thing. RPG. I hope. So we'll see what happens. But a lot of live service games out there. It's a shame to see some of these like developers putting hard work in and not being able to see it through. But it is what it is. I mean, I think we definitely need to have some kind of like shift with less live service experiences being put out there because it's a lot.
Unless it's like a big change, you're coming out with a live service game and it's like a huge fucking game changer.
You need either a home run or don't do it.
Yeah.
And and you also got to realize too, it's like when these people start making these games, like people were like, if Concord came out 5 years ago, it would have been a different story. But it sucks. It's like when they start making that game, they got to realize what does the landscape look like 5 or 6 years from now when we do finally finish our game. And that's hard to figure out because you don't really know. So we'll see. But let us know what you think. What's a live service? We didn't mention Warframe. Actually, that's a game that's been running forever.
It's free to play. It's a fucking. Awesome. I don't know how it's surviving, but I think it's just it took. What happened with Warframe is like Destiny kicked off so strong and so great that once it was done, and then Warframe came up, and it was free to play, and everyone jumped on it because it felt so much like Destiny. That's like. That was around the time where live service games were like really fucking kicking off. And I think the main reason what saved it was the free to play.
Yeah.
And the gameplay is super fun and addictive.
Right. So, yeah. I don't know. Well, let us know what you think makes a live service game successful. What are some things that we may have missed in this discussion? And what do you think the next big live service game will be? Will it be Splitgate? Will it be Fragpunk? Will it be something else we haven't heard of yet?
Assassin's Creed Nexus.
No. But we'll see.